Dear Lord, sweet mother of get like Coop, I got some good news for you guys today. I mean, after a period of time where some terrible individuals on YouTube would make exaggerated thumbnails of Zion Williamson looking very overweight, one would even go as far as to say that these individuals were fat-shaming Zion Williamson during a period of time where he was not in the greatest basketball shape. Well, it seems like we finally got some very positive news on Zion Williamson, and I'm gonna bring you some today. So before we get to the content, if you're excited to see Zion return to the NBA at some point this year, hopefully, make sure you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, consider subscribing and turning on our notifications. We don't upload unless if there's news. I don't know if you've noticed, but we didn't upload over the past week. Of course, if there's any news you want us to cover, make sure you tag me on Instagram or on Twitter, and check us out on TikTok if you want to see shorter versions of this content. Of course, we also dropped merch, so if you want to buy someone a casual t-shirt to let them know that their takes make no sense whatsoever, I'd greatly appreciate it, because every single shirt purchased contributes to the cause of me moving out of my parents' basement. Now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. One of the most difficult parts about being a man is finding a way to shave your face without breaking your bank on shaving cartridges. And that's why I go to Harry's for all of my shaving needs. Harry's crafts long-lasting, durable razor blades that would typically cost $100, but they're giving it to you for a significantly bigger discount. Like their starter set, for example, would easily be a $13 value, and it includes a 5-blade razor, a weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover, and it's all just $3 freaking, bro. But in addition to that, they're just a great brand. They have a bunch of awesome products for your face and your body. And right now, when you go to harrys.com/FlightMike, you can get their starter set for just $3. Yes, something that would typically cost you hundreds of dollars will now start costing you $3, with a significant increase in quality of shave as well. And thank you, Harry's, for today's sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The Zion Williamson situation was absolutely bizarre. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen a situation like this. I think the only thing that even compares to this was when Markelle Fultz was drafted #1 overall by the Philadelphia 76ers, who traded up to draft him, and then out of nowhere he forgot how to shoot. And in Zion Williamson's case, the man didn't forget how to shoot. The man just got a series of very unlucky injuries that may have contributed to his not being able to do cardio, but I don't really accept that excuse, because at the same time, if you are a player in the NBA, I'd expect you to at least get on a good diet plan. You heard of the phrase that abs are made in the kitchen. As someone that's tried many low carb diets, high protein diets, is currently a guy that does intermittent fasting, which I don't understand why I'm intermittently fasting when it's winter and I'm not expected to take my shirt off, but I digress. As someone that obsesses over fitness constantly, but you wouldn't notice because, well, genetically I am inferior to your average athlete, I don't really feel empathy for an individual that has been struggling with his weight this much, especially for an individual whose job is practically to take care of their body, make sure that they have as much career longevity as humanly possible, and who might someday be the face of the NBA. But there have been some good conspiracy theories, such as this take. What are the odds that Zion's doing this on purpose, man? Like, you were an athlete throughout your entire career. You looked like a literal Greek god when you were in Duke. He wanted to go to New York. He wanted to go to a large market. And NBA, we wanted him to go to New York. He ended up going to New Orleans, but of course, there's the recent reports that his family isn't happy with the Pelicans. He doesn't like the way David Griffin plays the piano for him, so he's gonna go to like Popeyes, Burger King, In-N-Out, or whatever, so he could gain some weight and get himself out of New Orleans. By the way, I think that's kind of a bizarre conspiracy theory, but it makes sense considering the fact that apparently Zion Williamson's family doesn't want Zion to play for the Pelicans. If you remember, when the Pelicans won the NBA draft lottery, Zion Williamson didn't seem to be very excited, but thankfully it seems like we could finally throw all of that out of the window. Because guess what, guys? The 2-13 New Orleans Pelicans, the second to last team in the Western Conference, are getting their franchise cornerstone back. Well, not yet, because, well, we got a decent amount of drama throughout everything to update you guys on Zion Williamson. So the first is coming to us from Brian Windhorst.
So what are you hearing about Zion's return, Brian?
So from what I understand, it's good news and bad news. The good news is he is working very hard. He is putting in the sweat equity. He is getting closer, but he is still weeks away, Malika. He's going to have more scans next week. The hope is if those scans looked good, he will be able to return to full practice. And when that happens, I still think you're looking at 2+ weeks. I think we're headed into December for this.
And to be honest, that's not necessarily the worst take on the situation. I know Brian Windhorst has been on a bit of a cold streak as of late, but if you think about it, currently the Pelicans are the worst team or the second to worst team in the NBA. On top of that, Zion Williamson's issue is a little bit worse than him just recovering from a broken foot. Although we do have an update on that. In addition to a broken foot, this is a man that needs to get back into playing shape rather quickly if he doesn't want to risk further injury. Again, this is a man with a history of tearing his meniscus, and this is a man with a history of destroying a shoe in the midst of a college basketball game, then suffering a mysterious left knee injury in Summer League 2019, then missing the start of his rookie year during the 2019 to 2020 season, which made up 44 games. And of course, there was that NOLA.com article that also, bear in mind, suggested that Stan Van Gundy would play the piano for Zion Williamson, but in addition to that, suggested that Zion was frustrated with the way the New Orleans Pelicans handled his injury during his rookie season. And then after that, after damaging both of his knees, bear in mind that at this point, we're talking about his left knee suffers a mysterious injury during the very beginning of his career. Then he tears his meniscus in his right knee. Then on August 2020, we find out that he has right knee soreness, so he misses the final 2 games of the Pelicans 2019 to 2020 season. And then he has a thumb sprain on April 2021 before finally, most recently, breaking his foot. So he's not in playing shape currently. And of course, there's a track record of this man sustaining a ton of injuries. But we do have some pretty good news, and I'm glad because at this point, I will take absolutely anything. So according to our man, Andrew Lopez, the New Orleans Pelicans announced that Zion Williamson has been cleared to participate in contact drills beginning with one-on-one workouts. His next update will be on November 24th, which will determine if he can be available for full team workouts. The day after my birthday, that's cool. Now, here's the official release. Zion Williamson medical update for immediate release November 16th, 2021. The New Orleans Pelicans announced today that forward Zion Williamson has been cleared to participate in contact drills beginning with one-on-one workouts and progressively working towards full team workouts. Williamson, who underwent imaging on his fractured right foot on Thursday, November 11th, was medically cleared by Dr. Richard Furkel of Southern California Orthopedic Institute, then Dr. Scott Montgomery of, is that Oxnard? Let's just say Oxnard Health. Williamson will undergo further medical imaging on November 24th, which will determine his ability for full team workouts. Additional updates will be provided on his anticipated return to play timetable accordingly. Look, man, the Pelicans have this crazy track record of being overly aggressive when it comes to Zion Williamson's recovery. I mean, this is a guy that missed 44 games due to a torn meniscus. It would not shock me at all if the Pelicans continue to be this terrible by the time Zion could finally play in December, which, bear in mind, if he's going to undergo medical imaging in late November, and then we get to December and the Pelicans are like, I don't know, at that point, let's say if they won like 3 games and 18 losses or something of that nature, at what point do you just say, let's shut down Zion for the entire season so we could just get him back into shape so Zion doesn't risk further injury because he's already sustained many injuries? You have to bear in mind, man, like at a specific point, like when does this torn meniscus result in a torn ACL? I really hope it doesn't happen because a prime and good Zion is electric to watch. And it seems like at the very worst, the Pelicans could, I guess, tank for a draft pick to get Zion and some additional help. I don't really know. Personally, I'm happy that we're getting some better news about Zion, but then the question remains about what should the Pelicans do moving forward. And if you're the Pelicans GM, what are you going to do? I want you to let me know in the comment section down below. Do you take Zion and immediately throw him into games the moment that he's fully recovered? Do you hold Zion back for an additional month, try to get him on a diet plan, maybe a little bit more aggressive than most, some intermittent fasting, maybe a keto diet, something of that nature that could get him to a respectable playing weight? Or maybe you wait over 2 months or 3 months so it's not too aggressive and it's a healthier weight loss? Or do you just shut him down for the remainder of the season, which is a pretty nice excuse to shut down your star player, tank for a draft pick, and hopefully next year he comes in playing shape, good to go, and hopefully the Pelicans can make a deep run. This is one of those instances where, yeah, maybe Zion playing sooner rather than later might not necessarily be the best thing, and there is a multitude of different ways that the Pelicans can go about this situation. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.